Well, welcome. First episode of the Ikea Mix. Yeah, this isn't going well. The Ikea Mix podcast. The show where we talk about shit. And it's funny. Because funny.
Yeah, we talk about stuff, and that's
That's funny.
what
Because
happens.
we're people who are funny. That's also
Yeah,
where
Make
we're
you...
we're,
jokes.
Well, yeah,
we're,
funny.
ex- we're extremely funny people.
Yeah. And it's also where you, the members, can ask questions live to us. Some of the highest ranking members of Ikea. I don't want to brag, but... Anyway. Well, this episode we don't really have a guest because we're just getting used to the whole thing. But if any of you have questions, just DM one of us, or you can request to speak and come up and actually say it live. Ah, nice. Alright, so what were you saying about the gun update?
Oh yes, the gun update. In my opinion, it's a pretty good update. The thing that sticks out to me the most is that they're moving the Project 90 and they're replacing it with something else. Like
The
in my
cross
opinion,
spec.
the crossback. Project 90 was a shit gun to begin with, to be honest.
I liked it.
I mean, like it was good for like SCP killing, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, I mean, it's just kind of like the Logicer and the Epsilon had a deformed child, and that's what the P90 is.
Yeah, except that the Epsilon and Logis are, better. But anyways, it will be missed by a few. I remember taking out an entire Chaos Spawn wave one time with it. That was a good day. I was streaming that day.
Yeah, there's no better feeling than when you wipe out an entire MTF wave by yourself.
They're gonna be adding Chaos subclassing into the actual game.
I hope they do have the MTF as well. I want to see that.
Right now, only the Chaos Insurgency are gonna be having it, which would be they're gonna replace the Logicer with the AK as the regular Chaos Spawn, and Shotgun's going to be a subclass, and the Logicer would be a subclass.
Okay, just ask, can you cover the Chris Vector based replacement of the P90?
I absolutely can. The Chris Vector, or the Cross Vec, is basically the Project 90. I'm gonna assume that it would have less ammo and maybe instead of using was it 7.62 that it used? Or was it 9 millimeter?
P90 uses 9mm.
It did. Well, I would imagine the Crossvec would have less ammo and maybe a better damage output.
I mean, when I think of a Vector, I mean, I'm taking it's gonna have a high fire rate, but probably not as much damage. So it'd be a good close range gun. But then I don't get why they would place the P90 because the P90 is kind of a mid between long range and short range.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why a Vector would be replacing that.
Thunder, do you have anything to put onto this?
Pretty excited for the armor rework.
Oh yeah,
Right.
the human, like they all have 100 HP, and the
Yeah,
that's armor instead of health.
I have the entire thing
I mean,
pulled up right now. I can't find the armor section.
more realistic, but
They're going to be having three different types of armor. Those are the
God armor,
combat armor,
combat, and heavy armor.
and
Guard armor seems kind of
Did they
powerful.
say you could like find that as like declass or something?
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
you
sure
can wear it.
can.
It takes an inventory slot too,
Ah.
but you can also wear helmets with it too, and you can carry more ammo and grenades with it.
So I'm pretty imagining OTS is going to be having fun with the new armor.
Yeah, hate to imagine.
Carrying
Very true.
more grenades.
But yeah, I really like the gun updates had them. I'm gonna be a bit sad to see how some old weapons are going, but I kind of
So
hope they bring back some of the energy weapons. I don't know why. I was like,
Yeah, I like the old weapons are cool. They had like little energy weapons. They're really cool.
yeah, I mean obviously not the not
And they
the
got
old
rid of it.
models, but because Unique Workshop go boo. But with new models. I kind of want those guns to return.
They're actually using realistic body armor, kind of. Instead of like adding onto health, they're gonna be reducing the damage from the gun,
Yeah.
which would be really good. They're gonna be adding more attachments, so
Oh yeah, I forgot
I
about
can't
that.
I can't wait to see the new ones. They said that they're gonna be having stocks and grips, different magazine types. That sounds really interesting.
Oh yeah, because some are gonna do like more damage, less ammo and stuff like that. There's more that have like better body armor penetration,
Yeah, the only issue I have with
but
that,
less
right?
full HP damage.
The only issue I have with that, right, is it's not gonna be a pain to do in game. Like having to look through all the different attachments. I mean, I guess after you do it once, it'll be fine, but it'll be a pain to do for the first
Yeah,
time.
after you do it once, you know you like, then it'll just save.
Hmm.
Also, we don't need weapon manager tablets to drop ammo and customize our weapons anymore.
Yeah, Josh said they said energy. Wait, what did you say? Sorry. Computer said they didn't say anything about energy weapons not coming back. They are reworking the FL11 to be based off a different gun. Ah.
Yeah, the
Enough.
3 ammo types are adding are full metal jacket, armor piercing, and jacketed hollow point. I kind of feel like we're spawning as a chaos and just like shotgunning them MTF.
I hope they add shotguns. Shotguns would be sick.
They're gonna add a shotgun, a 12 gauge.
Oh, that's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
They're also gonna be adding different reload animations for the different gun, like multiple reload animations per gun.
Josh said they're adding AK to Chaos longer range scopes. Longer range scope down weapon.
Here's some little bit more thing about the crossback. It literally, Northwood said itself, is better than the MP7 nearly in every way. It's gonna have a higher magazine size. It's gonna have a higher damage, and it's gonna have more like the new attachments, like we said. Apparently, you know how the flashlight and laser were the third attachment. You can now have I think a foregrip added onto it. They're gonna be adding a night vision version for like not the rifle, but for like the cross vector.
Joshua said they're nerfing the USP and calling it the Com 18.
Yes.
Why the Com 18?
Oh,
they
Com
use-
18. Oh, let's go gross.
the Com 18. They're changing the name due to legal reasons.
Not. Yeah.
It's still gonna be better than the Com 15, but it's gonna be nerfed heavily.
Wait a minute.
They also changed the MP7 name because of legal reasons.
Who owns the rights to USPs?
Let's see.
I don't know. MP7 is gonna be named now because also it will have a different name due to legal reasons.
I got
That would be Heckler and Koch.
I didn't know the guns could be copyrighted. I thought they were kind of just guns.
No,
Yeah, same.
They if everything's gonna be manufactured, they're gonna have to have a copyright for it, so no one copies it, or a patent for the corrections in the crowd.
What do you think the 173 rework's gonna be like when they finally do that?
Actually, I was pretty sure they have like a leaked model or something. Let's search up.
I don't know if that's confirmed yet.
Yeah, I know.
You're talking about the fleshy one, right?
The one that looks like a combined, like 3173 combines like a monster.
Yeah. I personally like
Yes.
that model.
Yeah, it looks cool. It looks more of like an absolute demon.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know what we're gonna call it. Like if we can't call it peanut, I don't really know what we're gonna call it.
The nut. I'm looking through the questions and answers.
I'm gonna call it Stony Mess.
Into the update.
Not flesh though.
They're going to be adding
Flesh.
magazines and shell
Fleshy
casings
mess.
to be on the floor.
That rhymes.
And there will be gun holes in walls, doors, gates, and etc. I think they're planning to add it. And they're also going to be adding inspect option for the weapons.
Yes, I really love looking at my fictional gun.
I
Yeah.
really like looking at my gun right before I commit a war crime and a half.
War crime and a half.
Okay, do we want to start breaking into some of the questions I wrote, but beforehand? Okay, well, some basic ones. What is your two's favorite SCP?
Okay, you already know. You already know this. It's 096. Okay.
I think he's like the creepiest one. Like, he's the one that scared me the most.
Bro, I am so good at 096.
What was the question?
I
The
honestly should play
previous
again.
SCP?
What is your two's favorite SCP?
Favorite SCP? Well, I like playing 173 a
Oh no,
lot.
I mean like SCP out or overall 9SL.
Yeah, mine's still 096.
Oh, overall, have to think about it, and there's like 5,000 plus, if not more.
Well, I can say mine. Well, one way for you to think of it. My favorite SCP 3001. The Red Dimension. I think it's quite creepy. I think it's not one of those scary in your face type of what's it called SCPs. It's more of those ominous, you're trapped here forever kind of SCPs. I quite like that. Alright, so before of any, yeah.
Um, I have not, but if I were gonna say something, I think the 106,
Yeah.
uh, 106 is a pretty good one.
Hmm.
Like we, it's just really no one knows what, because anything can be in the pocket dimension at any given time. You can change it up probably if you want to.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't get the backstory behind 106. Like, there's the young man one, and I think what was the other one? There was another one, but yeah, have you guys read the young man like tale?
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's basically
Something.
where a soldier named Samuel Lawrence fell into a hole and he came
I
out and
think
he
I
was
saw that.
Batman. At least that's my brief understanding of the story,
I think I like saw a video on that.
which kind of makes sense. Well, makes sense in SCP terms because nothing makes sense in SCP.
Imagine something in SCP happening in real life.
Imagine.
I would just question entirety of reality. Like I walk outside, go walk my dog, and then down the street just 096.
Chief, I don't think you're gonna be questioning yourself for long.
Yeah, no, I won't be. I'll be questioning the Earth and be like,
I don't think you'll be questioning the Earth. I think you'll be questioning what the
Like,
hell.
if you look at 173, running is the worst option because it's just gonna scare you more. Might as well just stand beside him and let him stab you with his freakishly long fingers right
Just
there instead of letting him chase you down for like 5 minutes.
well, this one's a bit of a harder one. Well, not like I say harder, but I doubt you're gonna know this. What is your favorite SCP canon?
Can
Canon, like
can
yeah, like the different like storylines of SCP. I I quite like Unfounded. It's basically a universe where the SCP Foundation never existed, and I haven't had a brief look at it, but I plan to read it more.
but do the SCP still exist in that?
Yeah, it still exists.
So just like this is random 096 running around the city.
Yeah, like I only read one tale, but it was really good. It was like Marshall and Carter's, like the GUI.
No,
Whatever. They're like business people. They're like selling SCP-914. I think it was like $386 million.
not 914.
Yeah, SCP-914 Clockwork.
Oh, 914. Yeah.
We got 3 questions. Pyro, which SCP would you rather die to? Well, preferably none. But if I had to choose one,
SCP 500.
I'd die by that.
Yeah,
Checkmate.
Check. I'd probably get murdered by 173 because it's like really fast.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I wouldn't want to get killed by an 06. That's kind of. Yeah.
Imagine getting killed by 012.
012. Oh, that would be terrible. I think I'd choose 173 as well.
No, the golden tweezer.
Actually, no. SCP.
You know that one?
Oh, yeah, the one that makes you pluck all your hair and nails out and that.
And your eyes and then your organs.
The. Oh, what's it called? SCP-004. Fountain of Youth. Drown. Wait. You know Fountain of Youth, right? Like, if you started to drown in the Fountain of Youth, would it stop you from dying, or would it kill you anyway because you're drowning?
Well, seeing like I watched the video earlier today, it was the infographic show on the O5 Council dying, basically. You guys might have seen it, you might have not. basically some guy got shot, either or, and they used the Fountain of Youth to bring him back to life.
Oh,
So I'm going to say they would just be drinking the water.
oh shit. Yeah, I mean, I started reading the like O5 Council, like I don't know what it's called, but it's like a registration kind of thing, where it details all the O5 members, and it says most of them use other like anomalous forms of life preservation, and 004 is like a very basic version of it. Alright, Konzo asks, what do you think of the SCP-096 max rage time? I'll be real, I don't know the max rage time for 096.
Technically, it's infinite if you keep spawning in the people you killed.
Oh, and beta went up to 1 minute. I think 1 minute's more than enough for 096 to kill everybody. But I don't know. 096 is a weird SCP.
They legit found him like on like a snow mountain or something.
Yeah.
After he killed a man because 4 pixels of his face was on the photo.
Pixels.
Just 4 pixels.
Alright. Flower asks, is the grenade launcher on our server OP? Yes. What's your favorite SCP drug?
I saw the clip from Flower.
SCP-420-J. Fuck you.
No.
I mean,
Yes.
but the
He
most
said favorite SCP.
By SCP 500s.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but that's like limited. It's very limited. Like
Just put painkillers on fine. I'm kidding.
put painkillers on fire.
What if they?
That is
Okay, I used to think that in like the SCP universe, they would take medicine and put it in 914 to make SCP 500s. But nah,
They probably
they just found a random bottle of pills somewhere. Like,
What if
Oh,
they
they
just,
actually probably
upgraded a painkiller enough, and it eventually turns into the cure for cancer?
yeah.
Big
Isn't
brain
SCP
guys.
500
SCP 500 exists in real life, and
Well,
we had
yeah,
to like, we could produce them really fast. COVID would be over. It would have been over in like a week.
Well, yeah, it would have been over if the SCP Foundation like actually released them. But
Just imagine the SCP Foundation is real, and then they leak all this stuff online and make it seem like it's fake, so nobody believes it.
I got a question from an audience member. We were talking about SCP, but we didn't talk anything about shit. So, what's your favorite color of shit?
I hate you.
Yellow.
Nobody's
Okay.
asked me a question because nobody likes me.
Okay, so which color is better, green or green? Flower asks.
I like green.
I also
Green's legit my
I
favorite
like a
color.
little bit of green more.
Yeah, green's pretty cool. I like green.
My favorite color.
How should the grenade launcher be nerfed to stop Flower's chaos? Flower asks. I don't know if it can be nerfed. I think the like damage is a glitch. Like it's supposed to only do 100 damage, but it ends up doing like one-shotting SCPs. I don't know how I can nerf that if it's a glitch. Alright. You think Peanut needs another buff?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think he needs to work properly. Like, I wanna know, if I look at Peanut, he won't move. Not there's like a 50-50 chance he'll keep on moving after I look at him.
Peanut should have like an indicator in his UI that tells him like when people blink.
That could be good, actually. It couldn't be.
Because everybody blinks at the same time every 43 seconds, I believe. Just kind of like how 096 has the UI indicator that kind of gives you a general idea of how long he rages for.
Yeah, I think that would be good, actually. Another question, is anti-cheat the worst thing in the world? I wouldn't say it's the worst thing in the world. It's a bit buggy, a bit rough on the edges.
There's like murderers out there, and you're asking that's the worst thing in the world.
Oh. Shut up, Thunder.
You shut up.
But... I mean, it's a little rough around the edges, but if we didn't have it, it'd just be hackers galore, and it wouldn't be very nice. It wouldn't be very poggers.
I have another question from the audience. Is an astro fetish? The answer is yes.
That is gross.
But it's
you're not okay. You're honestly not okay.
Okay,
you
know
need
what?
to stop.
Wait, I think we're getting derailed into an astro crazed madness. So
Yes.
Let me get us back on track. Alright.
Astro is God.
Okay, I have another question. Who is the best content creator for SDP here? I'm not gonna answer that, but
Founder.
me. Oh, sorry, I have a cough.
Hey Thunder, do you hear something? I think the best content creator is not Fishy. I think it's me. I think it's the entire content creation.
It's definitely not me. I've literally made like 2 SCP videos, and they're like
Guys,
top,
I
they're
got
like
one
they're like
whole
some of my top
subscriber.
videos, bro.
I am
Some
the
of
best.
my top videos.
Okay, I got a question from Pyro. Who's the most annoying person to play against if they're SCP? Flower doesn't count. He's a
Lightning.
normal person.
Yeah, me.
What do you think?
He's
that
not
Sarah
wrong.
is dating a woman. Wait, Sarah, are you actually dating a woman?
You're cheating on the boys, bro.
You're not British. You're Canadian.
Wait, wait, you're Canadian.
Wait, he just I'm not British. I'm
Um,
Canadian. What does that have to do with anything? Are you anti-Canadian? SMH
Everyone
banned.
on this server
Like,
is
you're
anti-Canadian except the
instead-
Canadians. We
We
know this. This is something we've known for centuries. Since the dawn of time, we've hated Canadians.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Thunder, you can't say you didn't know this.
Uh,
I hate you guys.
Okay, so who is the worst to go
SMH
against?
anti-Canadian. SMH go to jail.
Anyway, Lightning asks, not Lightning, Flower asks,
yes, Lightning.
Raw.
who's the worst to go against? Flower, Lightning, Pat, or Wide?
Pat, because he'll fucking ban you.
And you'll
Wide,
spawn
maybe
10
because
grenades at
he'll
your
fucking.
feet.
In terms of skill,
In terms of skill, it would be Wide because he's actually good at the game.
better than him at 096.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna put an image quick in media so everyone can see it. Okay, well, let me quickly just go up here. Okay, what do we think of this image?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Okay, what do we think of it?
Conzo sent me the same thing.
So,
and I said, no, I ain't no simp.
he also sent me that, yeah. Fish, I got a
You down
question
bad, bro.
from a
Down
person
bad.
in the audience.
Mm.
It's how to approach British people you do not know.
Say hello. How you doing today, mate? There you go. So basically, yep. Anyway, Pyro asks,
Anyway.
which SCP should be removed? I don't think any SCP should be removed.
And
I think
6.
they'll oh, nine,
I
six.
will hurt you. You say 096 or 106?
096.
No, I'm gonna ignore that, damn.
Okay, you know the ban button is right here, broski.
Another question is, do they get offended by people faking their accent? Come from the same person who asked how to approach British people.
I mean, some do, like everyone, but I don't really care. Flower asks, what SCP should be added?
682, but playable.
682, but playable.
Actually, no, they should add like 999 just so
Well, like,
that
I
one class can help the players.
Yeah, I quite like the idea of an SCP
And now
actually
have
helpful.
terms to ban Thunder. I do. Thank you.
Okay,
Wait,
well, say, for you something interesting you should know. One of the audience members says you should be removed. Ooh,
Me?
yeah,
Is it Konzo?
maybe. Okay, actually, Konzo asks, do you think they should add 457 since he was a plan released in the old version? I don't know, 457, he's a bit of, I don't know if he'll be good for the game. Because, I mean, he could, like, in, like, the Our Breach Roblox, he's like, if you get near him, he turns set you on fire. But I feel like that's really annoying. I wouldn't really like that. I'll be honest.
What if they added that's not invisible SCP?
966.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, 966.
Okay, can we ban what's his name? We need to ban Josh
Thunder.
Gaming. He said
No, you
Our
can't ban
Breach.
Josh.
He said Our Breach, more like Gay Breach. That's too far, broski.
I don't even know what that meant.
Our Breach, more like Gay Breach.
Yeah, I don't know what our breach is.
They should definitely add extra teams like Ungok and the Serpent's Hand. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I quite like the teams right now.
Serpent's Hand, in theory, doesn't really make sense because the CPs would normally just murder everybody they see.
Which one would be better, getting an SCP-173 by losing the peanut design, or keeping the common 173? I think the best would be for the game is if they can actually go along with like. Wait, I'm trying to word this. I want them to actually start able to make profit off this game because it's a good game, but they can't do that right now because of the 173 model.
Microtransactions.
I
Pay to
want-
win. I'm kidding.
Look, I want SCPSL skins. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want
Uh,
customization.
Yeah, you can even have like some of the LTM skins. They'll be in the shop, I guess, during Christmas time and stuff like that.
Mm.
Well, the thing about it is that they're gonna have to like do the currency and things, and also make skins that haven't been made before, so they don't get sued.
Mm. Well, it just says that would ruin the game. I disagree. I think it would be a lot better with microtransactions, like customizables. Oh, I mean, maybe they wouldn't all be like microtransactions. Like maybe they'd be like a currency you could earn for like I don't know, killing people. I don't know.
Get like loot boxes or something.
Astra just Astra just said they can't make profit because of community commons trademark, and even without 173, as long as they have the SCP, then they can't use microtransactions. Ah,
Hold up.
well that's a stinker.
Hold up.
Like games like SCP Roleplay have a different
mean,
model
like-
of SCP-173, so they can actually
They
make
could-
money.
I mean, they could just rebrand to Secret Laboratory.
Yeah, but then that would kind of be pointless because like you're having it's still have SCPs in the game.
SCP's gonna die eventually because they don't make money.
I mean, okay, yeah.
Our server is based around that, and our server will probably die before it dies, so that's
Astro
completely
has
fine. I don't
just
care.
said, what's it called? That they do make $3,000 like per month on their Patreon, so they are making a profit. But
Oh, cool.
Are you Northwood Astro? How do you know that?
it's on the Patreon page.
Josh. I'm accusing of Astro being Northwood.
Okay, Konzo asked, do you guys think there should be a 008 zombie as an SCP? That's 600 HP. That people are a bit
600.
600. What's the thing?
That's like four. That's no. That's like 4 of them would be equal to 1 dog. That's 1/4 of a dog.
008
Or
would be
almost
interesting
one-fourth.
to see as like his own room. I just like the idea of like you locking someone in 008.
They're just like beg for mercy while they just die,
Yeah,
slowly draining their health one by one.
that'd be great. I want to see that as an SCP, but I don't know how the zombies would work. They need to do some balancing things on that.
So,
Cool.
Fishy, I have a question for myself.
Okay.
Are you what people consider person who has money?
Sorry, that's just a question and a half. I'm not poor if that's what you're asking.
So you're saying, right, that you can pay Kife to promote our server? Good.
Wait, what? Won that by me again?
So if you have this thing called money, right,
Yeah.
you can pay a certain big YouTuber that plays SCPSO a lot, and they can promote our or not channel, our server, yeah?
Opening my wallet real quick. Just give me a second.
Uh-huh.
So you're basically asking us to pay our
Yes,
popularity.
Is 300 bucks enough?
Look, if I get owner for that, then bang. Yeah, sure, why not? But
How to get owner?
How to
Buy
get owner.
server. Host server for IKEA officially. Get owner because you own part of IKEA. Pay to win, get owner. That's how it kind of used to be.
Josh came up with an idea for 008. So yoink room from containment breach. I don't think they can do that, but I guess they can inspire it.
Just steal it, get copyrighted, sued for $20 billion.
Needs max containment to open. Has leaking 008 gas that infects you if you are in the room with it. You turn to a 008 zombie instance in 1 minute while your screen gets more filled with nerves until you pass out. Zombies have 300 health, same speed as walking human. If you hit them, they get infected and they need SCP-500 to kill it. They can delay it with medkits. I don't know. I feel like that could go wrong very fast. Like, just imagine, like, you like spawn as MTF, all the D class in the game just like start going into 008 and they just walk out, just get swarmed. Yeah, 008. I like the idea of it being in the game.
Where are you guys getting all the questions?
Wait, no, you
I
got
only
one
got, I
question.
only got it from
I
one
only got one
person.
question. Nobody can.
Nobody cares.
I don't care.
No, that's fair. How do you two feel about the state of SCP games at the moment? Like in the grand scheme of things, how do you feel about SCP games?
Yes.
Okay, good
Johnny?
input, Sayo.
They're pretty hype right now.
I got a question or something. I don't know.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Gonzo was, what do you think of SCP-001 happening today?
I mean, that's pretty sick.
Which one? And also, I'm scared.
I mean,
Guys, look, the sun is red or something. I don't know.
who is better owner, Pat or Senior Wide? My lawyer is telling me not to answer this question.
He said when day breaks. Oh, we're gonna die then.
Oh, pog.
Me looks outside. Sun is big and red. Interesting.
Pretty red.
Pretty downright delectable.
Alright, so,
I know I'm hilarious.
so I have a question about the server now, the SCP server. So if you owned the server, what would you change?
I own the server. You see, if you go into the server, a big red button that says delete server.
Yeah, fair.
I would change Bullying Thunder is an instant ban.
Yeah, but that was a bad war.
Well, shit. Looks like I'm
Hey.
getting banned.
Everyone
You
would
have
leave.
no player base.
Everyone would leave, yes.
You just look at the top, it says members 0.
Nah, it's 1, it's just me.
Okay. And now here's the big question. Astro actually asked me this earlier, but I wrote it down, so I was saving this. What do you think the server's gonna be like in the future?
Dead.
Yeah.
It's not
Literally
gonna be
dead.
there. It's not gonna be there.
Not gonna be there.
I'll be the
Alright.
I'll be the last member, I bet you that. I'll be the last
one
member.
standing.
I'll be the last member. And it'll just be like at the top with just a whole bunch of bosses, Thundershock Boy, server owner.
Astro, you should give people, like, demote everyone and give one person staff each week, and they get to choose one person ban
I think that's good.
until there's only one.
Compute until you will be the last one because you banned everyone.
Rest in peace.
I request to speak and just instantly drags me up here.
Yeah,
Okay.
your stuff.
Alright, so how long do you think you could survive in your house if when daybreaks happened?
Probably more than one.
What even is when daybreak
It's
happened?
when
What is that?
sun goes red and
Um,
the flesh.
And turns into flesh.
Yeah, you turn into
What?
a flesh monster thing.
Basically, you die, but you don't.
How have you
So
not
I
read when
basically
day
become a
breaks?
flesh zombie. Astro's here, LMAO
I
banned.
would like to explain SCP when day breaks.
Thank you,
Okay,
please.
Josh,
Okay,
we're putting you on the side for now. We'll come back and ask the question.
there is 2 SCPs in question. We have SCP-172, which is in space. It's pretty much an SCP that warns Earth before dangers happen. And ever since that we found it, it was pointing at the great, red spot on Jupiter. Do you know why that is?
Yeah, I heard of that at
Yeah, the
SCP.
SCP
Mhm.
it hit Mars instead of Earth. Now it's rebuilding itself. That's basically impending doom.
So pretty much, what's happening now is on this day, May 1st, in the SCP lore, SCP-172 points at the sun, and
May
moments
1st.
later, people start melting. They're going crazy. What's going on? And it turns out that SCP-172's brother is the sun, and all light that touches it, they just start to melt. Even if for a second, your entire body will melt.
Wow.
That's it.
Okay.
It's May
So-
1st in real life. Guys,
Yeah.
it's May 1st in real life.
So,
It's pretty red outside.
the question from Konzo to Fishy and Thunder. What do you think about the fact that I am dating a woman?
Guys, where's the
We've already
communications
asked that
channel
question.
above the facility
Huh?
stats?
We've already asked that
The
question.
communications channel
Yeah, I
above.
know.
Yeah, I'm
but you
taking
see,
it.
I
Someone
didn't
moved it.
answer
I'm not
your
questioning
question.
things.
I'm putting it back.
I mean, good for you. You got further than me. I haven't even talked to a woman in my life, so.
Me neither.
Alright, I think Josh would
No, Lightning, you
so-
have is
Probably.
because whenever someone joins the server, you say hi, they say hi. There's a chance of them being a woman.
But, okay, fine. I'm just still trying to figure out, how have you never read SCP-001? I'm still trying to
Ask me.
figure that one out.
There's like 12 of them. You think I have the time for that? No, I want to play Apex or something. With the homies.
You don't have friends.
Let me just ping them real quick. No, I won't.
Nobody.
uh,
You guys are mean. It's not even to watch your mouth too. I'm gonna ban you.
Yeah, sorry I'm outside, you might hear wind, but I know all about most of the SB001.
Epic Gastro is following me or
Um,
something. Thank
okay,
you, Gastro.
Black Moon, Daybreaks, everybody
no
knows
offense,
Guardian.
Exotic, but I don't really want to hear the whole of the 001 trilogy when you're at a
Damn
baseball
it.
game.
I know. Yes, wait, how? How'd you know?
I don't know.
No,
Fish.
no, I'm actually at a baseball game.
Okay. Oh, we don't have cameras. Okay, you know what? We're running out of ideas. So, which is better, Among Us, Fortnite, or SCPSL? Flower asks.
SCPSO.
Yeah, obviously. In my
I
opinion.
mean, Among Us is fun with people, but no one plays anymore. So,
In my medical opinion, SCPSL is better.
all right, fellas. I have some. Well, okay, high power.
I say SCPSL.
Anyway,
Trying to think of something
as I
back-
was
fuck that.
saying, I have some saddening news. I think this first episode is gonna come to an end. We'll take like a final round of
Why?
questions.
What?
We'll take one last round of like questions from members if you all have any, and then we'll end. You'll keep apparently Flower keep the podcast going for an hour straight. I mean, if you want to come up, Flower, I'm gonna come ahead. You know, just come on.
Hey,
Hello.
Save our podcast, Flower. Come on.
Which one's better? Actually no. What do you think of grenade rigging? Like elevator rigging with grenades?
100% yes.
I mean, I don't like it when I'm SCP, but it's really predictable when someone's going
It's
to
okay.
do it, so.
It's okay. I decide not to go to Newgroom anymore.
Hey, Astro, can I get some perms real quick? I need to mute a certain staff member, and he has a staff role.
Okay, Astro, speaking of Astro, he asked SCPs that we think shouldn't exist. Shouldn't exist.
Well, they don't exist.
SCP
Thumbs up.
51. Actually, no, what is it? 5612 or whatever? I forget which one.
Oh, the Among Us sus one.
Yes.
What?
You don't know when the
Uh,
imposter is sus SCP.
What do you SCP what? SCP
Like
What's the number?
Yeah,
5,000
SCP-5167.
5167.
It's the Among Us sus SCP.
You're joking, bro.
No, it's an actual SCP.
when
Is
the imposter-
entity known to manifest as a player of the online multiplayer game Among Us under the username of something?
Yeah, literally, the name in like the SCP like wiki page is when the imposter is sus.
Bruh.
The Vulcan did a video on it.
Yeah, I mean that's the only way I knew about it. And it was quite haha funny, and it's like it's pretty highly rated as well.
Bruh.
I'll
So you're
wait till
telling me
the-
SCP made an official Among Us imposter sus?
Yes,
SCP.
yes, they did.
I'm deleting it, so I'm kidding.
That's one SCP they should add to Among Us, not Among Us, SCPSL. SCP.
Use your weapon manager tablet to play a game of Among Us in there, and then the SCP just appears.
No, they have to go to SCP-079 and they play a game of Among Us.
Yeah, 07 has the Wi-Fi connector.
When the SCP is sus, am I right?
Alright,
Bum, bum, bum,
last
bum, bum.
question from me. Does SCP-079 use a router or does he use Ethernet?
I don't think he's connected to the internet.
Yeah, he isn't
Yeah,
connected to the
'cause
internet.
that would be like.
That would be way too dangerous.
Have you ever thought how SCP files got uploaded to the wiki, huh?
That's fair. That's actually
'Cause they're
that's a good-
fake.
That's a theory. That's a theory. But actually, the final
It's a
question,
good theory.
The final question.
That's
Is
the
for-
final
In
Wow.
actual,
question.
in actual SCP lore, no citizens and stuff don't know about SCPs. Well, at least try not. They try to hide it.
The last question is what do you think about spawn killing and spawn camping? It kind of sucks. Okay. Well, that's fun. I really like the turnout. I think it went pretty well.
I love spawn camping at 096.
Shut up, Thunder. I'm doing it.
You know I always win those fights. Well,
Yeah.
most of the time.
You can
I
do it.
love looking down.
Okay. So.
Come at me.
Okay, I've got.
I'll ban you.
Can I go? You know,
Ban you.
sure, why not? Josh, you can also do the outro because I can't be asked to do the outro.
Okay, so first of all, can I say what spawn camp do you guys hate the most?
Well, spawn camp. I mean, I think the spawn camp I hate the most is when like someone stays at the bottom of gate. But I don't know if you class as spawn camping, but it's when someone stays at the bottom of gate B, and when MTS spawns, bing bang bosh, dead.
Alright, scream,
The
stab,
one
stab, punch.
All right, and also I'm not gonna be able to do the outro. And the one I hate the most is the chaos nades. Like
Oh,
you know
yeah.
when somebody
Yeah,
nades
I get you.
chaos spawn.
Yeah, and the grenade launcher is like the spawn killing gun of the century. So that's it. Thanks everyone who showed up. Thanks Lightning for gracing us with their presence.
Thanks for everybody bullying me again, just like usual. I definitely enjoyed it.
Thanks me, I guess. I'm kidding. Thanks everyone for listening. See you next time.